मासिक एक धर्म है, कोई शर्म नहीं। क्यों मंदिर में उसको प्रवेश नहीं जब उसका कोई दोष ही नहीं? क्यों मजाक की जब कोई बात बनी तो मदद का उसको कोई हाथ नहीं? क्यों दर्द छुपा है कहीं, काम में आराम नहीं? क्या करना है किसी को भी जब उसका किसी को ध्यान भी नहीं? मासिक धर्म पीरियड्स का नाम सुन लोग कहते हैं ये क्या कह डाला, तुम्हें लोगों का जरा सा भी मान नहीं? अंधविश्वास की देखो पट्टी लोगों की आंखों में है बंदी, ये नहीं करना वो नहीं छूना, अपनी माँ भी कहती है ये। आज भी गांव का हाल है वही, किसी की विचार है कि जो बदले ही नहीं। एक आदमी बदले भी तो भाई वो कोई तरक्की नहीं। मासिक एक धर्म है, कोई पिछले जन्म के बुरे कर्म तो नहीं। We hear and speak a lot about menstruation, but the fact is that हम में से बहुत को कम लोग इन चीज़ों को नॉर्मल कंसिडर करते हैं। अगर हम सब भाई लोग इस चीज़ को नॉर्मल कंसिडर करके कंफर्टेबली बात नहीं कर पाएंगे तो शायद हमारी बहनें या फीमेल फ्रेंड्स इस पे कभी कंफर्टेबल नहीं होंगी। Today, we feel very proud that we have a guest who's into menstrual hygiene and awareness. She has even developed a patent product which is related to sanitary pads disposal. Her name is Keerti Koke and she is the founder of EcoSense Appliances. I would request you all to please watch the video till the end as this issue is very serious and very important.
Hi everyone, my name is Keerti Kokir and I'm the director of EcoSense Appliances. EcoSense Appliances basically works in energy efficient field, and we also take up projects which are women centric and try and give an innovation solution to these very basic problems. And I am here today to share my journey as a designer, as a women entrepreneur, as an menstrual hygiene awareness campaign person. Start with, I have always been inclined towards working in the creative field and make my passion to design new things, to make new things and turn it into a business. So after my graduation, I joined the company, I started working, and we used to have certain projects which are women based. For example, we have a cook stove which helps women cook their food in the rural area without any harm coming to their health. And with that, I had to travel extensively in the rural areas, interact with lot of people, and it was a wonderful experience. And the designer in me started evolving, started developing, and after few years now I can say that I have found a kind of balance between being a designer and being an entrepreneur. It's always a challenge because being a designer, you want to give the best solution, you want to make the best product, you want to have the topmost design in your product. But as an entrepreneur, you need to also think of different aspects surrounding the product. For example, the finance, the marketing of the product, the sale of the product, and the kind of team you're going to working with. So right now I kind of shift my role from being a designer, and then I become the CEO of the company. Then sometimes I become a person who actually goes out in the field. So I think it's a role shifting change constantly every day in my life right now. On this journey itself, for the last 1 year, my team and I have been working on a project called Zero Pad, which is a sanitary napkin incinerator. So to just brief you all, the idea, how we came up with the idea was, we were discussing in the team about the kind of women-centric projects or problems our society is currently facing, and we had a list of problems. And being a girl, I was always interested in how we can hygienically dispose our menstrual waste. because since the longest time I've been using sanitary napkins, and my college or my home or my society didn't have a proper disposal system. And for a very long time I used to feel that wrapping it up in a paper and throwing it to the dustbin is the best possible solution to dispose of my menstrual waste, but it's not. We kind of don't think what happens to the napkin once it leaves the house, and we kind of think that okay, we've wrapped the napkin, so our job is done, but it's not actually. So the product what we have designed is a incinerator. So what it does is, with just one click, it just converts your used sanitary napkin into ash and completely disposes it at the point of change in the bathroom. So we have designed the product, now we've marketed the product, and I have been using the product since the beginning, and there is no other way of being feeling more empowered than just walking up to the product, disposing your napkin, clicking that one button, and be done with it. And it's the greatest feeling I've ever had myself, and I want every girl and every woman in our country to have that feeling, to experience that feeling of being able to dispose her own created menstrual waste herself. Face a lot of challenge while we were in the process of designing the product. Few were that a lot of people used to think that why is there a need of such a product? I mean, it doesn't need to be there. We have a vending machine, the napkins can be disposed of in a dustbin. And it was quite a tedious job to explain everyone that no, that's not the proper way, and you need to have such a device which does not put any pressure on our waste system in the society, and actually helps girls to stop feeling shy about menstrual waste or menstruation for that matter, and take matter in their own hands. And being a designer, I always wanted the product to look visually appealing, to be very simple to use, and we did face a lot of challenges while manufacturing the product because the shape and everything was quite different, and we went through a lot of process selection and a lot of how to make the product or how to manufacture the product. But in the end, the result we have in front of us, I can proudly say that this is the best product in the market right now. Best functional, best looking, best message that we are sending it in the market and the society. There were a lot of setbacks that happened 2 years ago. And we kind of had to take a decision, and we decided that we cannot just be doing energy efficient and just travel in one direction, and we decided to diversify ourselves. And in the market, we decided that we need to also give extra services to our clients. Company kind of revolved around taking up problems and giving a solution ourselves, and manufacturing the solution and putting it in the market ourselves. So kind of we used to do everything ourselves. But since few years, we consciously made a strategical change in the company's way of working, and we are now more towards a service providing company where we have our client based. The client comes up with a problem to us, we give our solution to it, and we manufacture them. So kind of instead of doing everything ourselves, right now what we are doing is we've changed the game, and we provide our services, and it's been quite hectic since then, because now we don't have just one project which we do ourselves. We have numerous projects and a wide range of product basket with ourselves, because it's always good to work in different direction and with different people, with a lot of collaborations. So we increased our collaboration, and it has been all towards a positive change in the team, in the company, and the way we are growing. And I can definitely say that companies which extensively work on collaborative approach and are ready to work with different stakeholders in the market are going to have a great future ahead. Now we have a list of projects which we are working on post lockdown, and what we understand is that there is a shift in the need of the people. Every user or every investor is now going to be interested in the healthcare products, and that's what we are now focusing on as a company, that we would be doing projects which are healthcare based or have a deeper impact on a human life or has an impact on the society for that matter. So some of the major projects coming up are, we have a domestic model for our Zero Pad project. So what the domestic model is going to have is, it's a product, it's an incinerator for your house. So you can put it in your bathroom, and it has a capacity to incinerate 1 to 2 napkins at a time, and every girl doesn't have to go anywhere. She goes to her own bathroom, has a dispenser there which actually incinerates her own used napkin, and she doesn't have to do anything about it. So the idea is to encourage every family, every house to have such a device, and it'll be a very small cute little thing and doesn't need any space. It can be installed very easily in any bathroom in our houses, and it's a one-click device. We don't have to do anything with it, and that's the major project or product that is going to come out after lockdown. And we've been working on a few small devices, a door opener, because what we understood is that there's going to be a fear of going into public spaces after the entire lockdown, because that's the new normal. People are going to be scared to touch surfaces or lift buttons or door openers. So what we thought was, it's a small keychain size key, and what it does, it is helps you open doors, push lift buttons, open your car doors, pull a chair. You can press your ATM machine with that, and it just it's a safety net. Like wherever you're going out, you have a safety device with you which helps you do all the work that you are doing. Being a women entrepreneur, you do face certain type of challenges while working on field in office. So few of the challenges that I faced working on field was, whenever you approach someone to talk about your project, you have to put in that extra effort to make them take you seriously, and not just think that okay fine, it's a young girl with a basic idea. You have to make them understand that this idea has potential, and the kind of vision that you see, you have to make them also see it and put in an extra effort. And major problems or challenges that I faced was when I had to kind of manufacture or make the device that I had designed into a practical model, is when all the workers are like कि मैडम ये बनेगा ही नहीं, आप ये क्या डिज़ाइन लेके आते हो, ये बन ही नहीं सकता. So you have to push them that no, you have to stress upon that this is what I want, because they're not used to taking orders from a female, and then they say कि आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा, technical बात है, and then you have to study all the technical aspects also separately, and then counter them with it that no, this is how it is supposed to be done, you are not doing it correctly, because they are not used to taking a young girl seriously and thinking that what would she know about technical aspects of manufacturing. But no, you have to put in extra efforts as a young entrepreneur and study even harder, because you have to stand on your ground. You have to make sure that what you have designed is actually coming to life and exactly how you want it. So these are the certain challenges that I faced, and these are quite common and faced by any female working in the field of a technical product aspect. And you have to study harder, you have to put in a lot more extra effort than probably a guy would put. But in the end, all the hard work, I think, results in a very positive way. So I kind of don't mind those challenges, because you learn a lot from them. common reasons for startups to fail is because we give up very easily. There is a very peculiar point in every startup's journey where you have two options, whether to give up or evolve, or just move ahead, push ahead. And it's very important for the person leading the company to not be negatively impacted by such downfalls, because everyone in your team looks up to you. So the leader has to be assertive, has to be positive all the time. His vision he needs to kind of establish in his team, and just have confidence. And I also think the major problem of startups not working and turning it into failure is because they don't evolve. EcoSense was on the verge of shutting down few years because we were going in a very typical direction, and there was a point where we had to either stop and give up or change ourselves, change the way we think, change the way the company is represented, or the way we work. And that's what we did. We gave it another push, and we decided that okay, there needs to be a change of strategy. We need to evolve. We need to move ahead with the market and evolve according to the market needs and the customer needs, and not just think that this is what we want to do and that is why we're doing it. So I think it's a very important phase in any startup to stop, think, analyze themselves, and then take a call as to which direction they need to head. And it's always a good idea to evolve the company, the leader, and change is always good. You have to keep on changing, you have to keep on evolving, you have to adopt new things, and move forward. I think if everyone sticks to the journey of evolving, we would have less of failures in startup. Because I have been working for ZeroPad for the past entire year, more than a year, and it opened my eyes to a very peculiar thing of girls not being menstrually educated. Like, they have really less knowledge about menstrual hygiene or menstrual waste disposal. And what we as a company have been doing since the past 1 year is encouraging girls to just talk about the topic. There is no other way to deal with menstrual hygiene or menstrual hygiene awareness. It's just the matter of young girls talking to each other, talking out in public, discussing the topic, and removing the entire taboo which surrounds the topic of menstruation. And we try our level best to take sessions to encourage girls through different games, and just having a very interactive session with them. We ask them to use our ZeroPad in front of everyone in their class or in their hostel. And girls are very shy when it comes to menstrual hygiene, and I think the importance of spreading awareness is very crucial at this stage. What my advice to young girls who want to start something on their own or have a startup, I think it's a fantastic time to go ahead and actually make the jump and make a company and start working, because there are so many encouragements from the company, from the society. You have a lot of financial aids that are coming up for women entrepreneurs, and I think it's a blessed time right now to just start working on projects, have a company of your own, start working, start evolving, and just take the leap of faith, and it'll be fine. You just need to make that one push and start, because turning your passion into a profession, there is nothing like it. I mean, every single day of my life, I don't go to work because I have to. I go because I enjoy doing what I'm doing, and I don't feel bored. At the end of the day, I don't say that okay, fine, I'm glad the day is over. It's constantly in my mind what I have to do, how I'm going to work on different projects, how things are going to happen, how the finance of the company is going to take take place. And it's a great feeling to have when you combine your passion and your profession into one and turn it into a business which is going to earn, a business which might impact society, which might impact a human life. And there's no feeling like it. And it's such a amazing thing when you see your product or your solution being used by people and giving very positive and encouraging feedback, saying that thank you so much for doing this. Because I remember we were on field at a college and we were installing our device in a girls hostel, and we didn't know how the cleaning ladies would react to a product that has been put in the bathroom. But a lady came up to me and she is like कि दीदी थैंक यू सो मच, आपने ये लगाया, हम लड़कियों को बिल्कुल encourage करेंगे कि ये डिवाइस यूज़ करें और आपने बहुत अच्छा बनाया है, हम बिल्कुल इसको यूज़ करेंगे और आपका ये डिवाइस ने हमारा तकलीफ दूर किया है. It's such a positive thing, because we didn't kind of understand how they would feel, but they were so grateful. And it's just it's inspiring, and it just encourages you to work every day in and out on more and more and more projects. And I would recommend everyone, not just girls but everyone, to start. If you have an idea, just go for it. Just have a plan, make it work, and turn it into a business. And work, and the results are just phenomenal. And thank you so much for having me here. And it was wonderful to share my journey and some peculiar points that I faced in my journey, and moving ahead how things are going to be. But COVID-19 I don't think has a negative impact. I kind of take it as a very positive reaction. And it has generated quite a big opportunity for startups to just go ahead and make something on their own. Because right now we need to focus on having a company of our own, making things in the healthcare sector kind of evolve in the business. Because in the new normal we might not be able to go out, meet friends, or be with a lot of people at the same time. So you need to also think about how life is going to be in the new normal and how businesses are going to be in the new normal. But I think it's an opportunity to make new things, to start something new. And all the best for everyone out there. Thank you.